the shield war won by RunAway, and I believe it's because of the Hog, QOQ from RunAway, Krong more on the D.Va, which didn't get as much value as he would have liked. Krong was one of those players I love to yell over in the regular season. His self-destructs, him on the Hanzo, now he's stuck on tank because it's 2-2-2, and out the gates, he's decided to be on the Hog, and now they have to work on these hooks being as good as RunAway's.
And now O2 Blast. This is that same, ooh, there's the opening pick for Proper. A good start for O2 Blast, looking to round this corner. The wall's gonna get them into position. Now they need to look for more.
Oh, and a halt hook, it's clean. That's 2 picks now for O2 Blast. This is what we wanted to see, keeping the composure. Ignore that you're down 0-2 and stay in the fight. Proper taking the high ground, the rest taking the other. They will claim the point within the first fight.
So now O2 Blast, this is a good start for them here, right? I mean, RunAway now, you're gonna see them backing off. Got those later respawns here, so we'll see them looking to try to secure that high ground positioning. Now O2 Blast, they're gonna be going up top themselves here. Hisu already got that first pick onto Mondu, but given the fact that RunAway still has to rotate over to their defensive positions, Mondu should be up and get into position in time for this next fight.
Now you gotta hope someone can contest Hisu on this high ground. When you gave the mans the freedom on Nepal, he was unstoppable. Here's the one pick. It was actually some random arrow. I think he was probably surprised he got that one too. And now Dragon Strike at the ready. Halt already used. I mean, Dragon Strike for both teams, but I'm mainly looking at Pelican and how he's gonna regain control of this area with the Blizzard, but not gonna happen.
So QOQ looking to stabilize RunAway here. The halt goes out, but the hook not yet ready. In fact, QOQ gets sent in, but the immortality saves him for now.
Ooh, pretty nice shot. At least they've kept themselves there, and O2 Blast now stuck at a choke point. With Pelican getting picked, now they're just working on the Blizzard.
Now Dragon Strike at the ready. RunAway coming up with these options, but O2 is firing first. The Blizzard goes down from Pelican, and RunAway seems to be stable for now.
Well, the Blizzard had caught a few, but Supercharger and everyone was staying safe. O2 Blast using the Transcendence. They have Ant Matrix. They have a chance. RunAway down by 1. What kind of advantage can O2 Blast really create? It's contesting this high ground. Proper does just that, taking care of Hisu. But O2 Blast not really safe yet. The supports are taking hits. Proper still battling and dueling for this high ground. Now he can stay safe. But RunAway still not budging in terms of the payload. There's not much progress being built. Blizzard from Yaki's gonna catch at least the Roadhog, but with the immortality, it might, oh, and there is the kill. He's hooked right on in the Maywall to secure it.
RunAway have halted O2 Blast here on Hollywood in the second phase, but O2 on their attack now, looking to try to build up that Dragon Strike, send it through. That's gonna open up and clear that space from RunAway. They can start pushing forward, and behind that, look for some of those isolations, get those picks, the halt hooks coming out. The same kind of thing that opened things up for them on that first point. They have to have a repeat.
O2 Blast, though, they have the damage advantage, and they take care of it. There's one down. RunAway Immortality Field is done. Proper with 2, and O2 Blast, not only probably do they have the high ground, you can see Proper does, gonna hold on to that Dragon. Now they want to carry all this momentum, all the gasoline in the tank to get to point B, because this will be a critical fight for them to win. They cannot lose it here. It's so much time for them to work themselves back to this point.
They've got to have confidence here. Their economy just looks so good. O2 Blast now in position to take point B. RunAway have to go through a choke to actually contest this point, and O2 Blast could lock them down.
Oh, and as RunAway come out the left door, the Dragon is there to meet them. They're forced to use the Transcendence early. So O2 Blast even just zone off that area even more with a Blizzard. RunAway just can't even touch the cart. They're sitting there watching, and that's just not the position they want to be. Now they have to rotate at the front. QOQ's caught off guard. Krong sneaks up on him. And that's a great first pick from O2. RunAway caught rotating away. At least they only lost 1. And now make it more. This is O2 Blast outplaying RunAway.
And you can see they're just focused in O2 Blast at the moment. They have so much time on their hands at the moment. And now O2 Blast, you can see them setting things up. Everything is working well. I mean, the synergy between Kaiser and Krong is looking a lot better. There's been, yes, a hiccup here and there in the second phase, but first point and ending there, they have looked very, very cohesive.
A bit of a Shield War 1 here from O2 using that whole hog, but RunAway still chilling. They got a Supercharger too. Mortality used early from O2. Kind of trying to regenerate their health pools, regain the positioning. RunAway, they're in the driver's seat. They got the Blizzard and the Dragon Strike and more.
Now Proper unleashing the dragon, sending it forward, is going to be able to push the Orisa back. They're able to claim that space away from their opponents. RunAway backed off, and there's a pick.
The Dragon Strike actually forced the Transcendence early from O2 Blast, and Krong is now in control of this Hog matchup. That's what I wanted to see, him step up to the plate against QOQ. There's a VIP parking lot. Mag with 2, though. This is how RunAway slowed down the pace, but RunAway has to touch. Is someone there? Oh my god, there's a Hammond just in time, but only QOQ is there to contest it. Someone in the back, maybe an Immortality, maybe something, but O2 Blast carry all that momentum to finish the map.
That looked so much better for O2 Blast. They were almost seamless, right? That first pick that we saw come out from Proper, that's what we saw from them on Nepal that made it seem like O2 Blast was going to dominate the matchup. But being able to get that first pick, then solidifying with the halt hook, having that tank line come up really solid, that was what we've been waiting for from O2 Blast ever since we saw that first couple of good looks on Sanctum. Ever since then, it's been a question mark, especially on Anubis. But now here on Hollywood, O2 Blast, they've figured things out. Seems like coming away from halftime, they've shored up some of these problems, some of these pain points that they've been experiencing. Exactly.
They found the answers to their questions. I feels like individually they found out what their role or how to be completing their role even better. If it was Proper contesting the high ground, starting to win those Hanzo duels against Hisu, it's Krong toe-to-toe against QOQ. And that's something that wasn't the case in the previous 2 maps. It was a QOQ show. And now Krong contesting this, making the front line that much stronger for O2, gives O2 a real chance, especially on their attacks. And that's why they were able to complete the map.
Now it looks like they're going to be fixing Hisu's
that's
setup.
That's the whole computer going away.
Yeah, that's the whole computer being taken away, the entire tower. And this is literally the RunAway curse. This is the exact same thing that happened last season where RunAway had an issue. They had to run the whole computer away.
Oh boy.
And this is the exact same thing.
And the monitor. And someone else is, I think they're still dealing with it, but
yeah, that's Hisu's right there.
And this is, you could speak about, okay, maybe players don't care about this, but maybe killing a lot of the energy, RunAway, you know, taking the 2 maps with a lot more strength, and then O2 Blast, I mean, with a very good attack there, this pause might kind of slow down the pace here.
Yeah, and for everybody at home watching right now, people wondering, that's the whole computer. It's not a problem. the way that this thing that kind of works more often than not is that the computer is a shell. It's there for the performance. The hard drive is what really matters. They can pull the hard drive out. The player's hard drive goes into a new computer, and everything's fine. Everything's fine, chat.
But see, if I were the one to be taking my tower out like that, it would take me like at least an hour to find out what wires go into what holes. So I'm glad that there's actually trained people on this, because I wouldn't know what to do with this tower. I'd be like, oh, my computer doesn't work. Well, guess I die now.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to be setting things up. They're just getting him logged and signed in, making sure that everything's there. Typically speaking, they do have a couple of things in place to make sure that there isn't any cheating. Obviously, we don't expect that from any of these teams, of course, but they have to set that kind of stuff up before we can get into the game and set everything else up for those players.
Yeah, it's tough to go through these tech issues, but I mean, the saving grace, the silver lining is that they're on LAN. So you trade the whole tech issues for you get to play on a stage, you have your fans there, it's probably all pink and maybe some red in the crowd. And I think the whole LAN environment, we've seen even in the homestands how much that adds energy and momentum. I remember like at the Dallas homestand, people were like booing. Like I was there, and the boos are so loud, I don't think any sort of housing or soundproof boos will stop how you can hear the crowd on this stage, especially when they're loud booing or loud cheering. And I think RunAway, feed off a lot of their fans that way.
Yeah, I mean, historically speaking, RunAway has definitely fed off of their fans. I will say, though, that I do feel like there has been a sway in recent history. I mean, certainly we do see, back in the day, it was predominantly RunAway. Even going back into the Apex days, it was like everybody loved RunAway. And that was like a huge story coming out of Korea. It was a big narrative talking point and everything. But now I think there definitely is a little bit more diversity in terms of the fans and the communities that are built around some of these teams, and these rosters definitely have built some communities around themselves. I mean, even a team like O2 does have a really, really huge community, a big following for them, and they have a lot of fans here today as well.
Yeah. And these replays, this is just, it felt like a light bulb turning on for O2 Blast. They shook off the 2 maps that they lost, and he was proper, just playing so aggressive on the high ground. His job was so important to go after Hisu, and even Krong overextending on plays like that to find QQ, and even into the spawn. The fact that Krong got those picks is what allowed them to have that initial advantage. He was hitting hook after hook after hook, and this was after maybe the D.Va wasn't working out for them.
Yeah, and I think what has allowed O2 Blast to really look solid. I mean, we even look back at Nepal, which was another, there's definitely some good moments for O2, is when their tank line was playing off as well as we see RunAway's tank line. Now here in Hollywood, it seems like things are clicking for them once again, and O2 Blast are finding those picks on the front line, allowing some of that pressure to actually be pulled away from their DPS players who throughout this matchup have really been relied upon. I mean, the weight has been purely rested on their shoulders and on their backs.
It feels like the same way that the weight has been pulled off of Mag and Kaiser, who were, even I was saying, and many could say were the best main tanks in the league or in Contenders Korea, but it's not as much of a main tank story anymore in a 2-2-2 meta, where they're maybe stuck more on Orisa, and we've only really been seeing Orisa from them. There's a lot depending. Kaiser and Mag are depending on Krong and QQ for the shield break, depending on Hisu and Pelican or Proper and etc. These DPS players to win the fights for them. And although Kaiser and Mag are really pivotal in setting up the halt hooks, it's not as much of having a cape on as they did in the last season's playoffs or in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember back to season 1 when we were casting and we were watching Kaiser. We were watching him pop off. I remember specifically King's Row, him just literally walking behind shields, just laying down 6-man shatters. It was insane to see that. Well, like you say, that's just not as possible for them here. So now, again, it just really comes down to synergy between the tank line, maybe not pop-off play, but just pure cohesion. And then the DPS really showing out and taking opportunities as often as they can.
We're still in a technical pause for RunAway. They did replace the whole computer, so it might take a few more minutes. We're going to send it to a quick break, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Getting right into map, we're showing you the players were eager to get into this one, and O2 Blast put themselves in a great position. 2 minutes and 28 is what they finished with. Now RunAway have to see if they can match that, or if RunAway, or if O2 Blast, sorry, can hold a better defense.
All right, RunAway. You allowed O2 Blast to go the distance. O2 Blast looked so good on their attack. You held them only for a moment on point B. Now here on your attack, this is your opportunity to match the time, or at least finish with a decent one to try to give yourselves the best opportunity to close this out. Otherwise, O2 Blast, you have to wonder if they're certainly a team capable of a reverse sweep. They are absolutely a team capable of doing that. So RunAway, I think they need to make sure that they're putting their big boy pants on and trying to get this one finished as soon as possible.
Oh, this guy's like, wait, we're in game? What? I just woke up. Well, that's okay. RunAway are awake. We're woken up. I hope you guys are too. Out the gates. RunAway with the Mei Hanzo as usual. Halt hook there does miss, but O2 Blast ready with their own Mei Hanzo. The difference here is the Ana and the Zen.
Yeah, absolutely. O2 Blast on defense here, going to be taking advantage of that high ground controller, just being able to keep their Ana in the back walls, going out training against each other.
Yeah, a little bit more shield break with RunAway Zen and O2 Blast. Maybe benefit from the biotics, from the sleeps, whatever you might. A little bit more healing there, though, from the Ana. I think this will be key. RunAway hit with a big biotic. That's the one you gotta watch, but the immortality. Just extra insurance for RunAway. Now they set up camp onto the point. O2 Blast still contesting. A nice wall to block Krong's hook, and now he's getting frozen. He's finished off, and Kaiser not there to protect him. He lays down the shield, though. But this is where RunAway has started to surround them, and this looks like a very quick attack.
Yeah, it looks like RunAway should be able to secure this, but still have to deal with this back line, and Hisu does just that. Great Hanzo play from this guy. You can see them with this control of the playing field, and now easily able to conclude that fight. Have plenty of time to work with here to start pushing into that second phase of the map. Easily should be able to get this payload through that choke point before O2 Blast get into position to actually contest.
This was as clinic of an attack as O2 Blast that they took the point within the first fight. And I don't really remember O2 Blast having too much trouble pushing the payload. I think really this initial choke is where O2 Blast struggled the most. And RunAway, when they had control of the high ground, that was what's key for them. And you could see O2 Blast and Proper taking the time to do just that. Set up on the high ground, get extra damage over the shield, and there's RunAway's chance, an opportunity to push through. The Blizzard is thrown, but the wall from Pelican blocks them. Both Blizzards really canceled out, not much happening.
Yeah, but still the payload's pushing forward, so this is kind of a win for RunAway. Now the Supercharger, they're looking to try to get those picks, but O2 Blast find QOQ with the hook.
Yeah, Krong really matching these hooks quite well. There's a Dragon from RunAway still using ultimates, and you're not seeing a ton of kills, but now in isolation onto the main, maybe can Pelican get away? No, he's finished. And RunAway, again, so much objective time is being earned. O2 Blast keeping bodies on the card, so it's as slow going as they can, but RunAway winning fight after fight.
So they're just surfing this one forward, able to round this last corner, and should be able to be in a similar position. We saw O2 Blast, they had the ultimates at this point, so RunAway won't be able to just lock this choke down as we saw O2 Blast prior, but they can already have the vision. The Sonic Arrow actually catches them on this left side, so they're just putting the wall out. They actually might be able to do just the same thing.
Oh, the Dragon actually on the other side of RunAway will bring that payload home. This is exactly what O2 Blast did. There were some interesting swaps. QOQ on the Hammond, Krong back on the default. Although we thought that was working out, they needed some damage mitigation on this front line, something to win the shield war a little bit more. But still, RunAway just cruising right on through.
And they have so much time too. They definitely are in a position where they could match this time bank. They could actually do better than the time bank set by O2 Blast. But you see these Blizzards coming up. Yaki does have his. A nice little shot there to secure that. And now O2 Blast diving forward.
The wall from Yaki blocked Pelican's Blizzard not as far forward as he was intending. But RunAway have a Blizzard of their own, and because no one's contesting them, they can hold on to this. They can secure that parking lot for their own great isolation wall, and there's the Hammond from QOQ following up. We don't even know what happened. QOQ was the one who got punished in that process. Yaki gonna commit the Blizzard to the back left. Pelican might get frozen, but doesn't look like RunAway are too occupied on the cart to follow up with that ultimate.
Still, RunAway hasn't been backed off yet. And we see QOQ getting ready to dive. The Dragon Strike opens things up. Now QOQ can just dive in with the mines available, but he gets pushed off.
Yeah, this Hammond is going to be tough, right? You got the sleeps, you got the freeze, you even got the halts that will displace QOQ. And he's kind of going in on his own. There's no other dive hero that can help QOQ with this. It's distraction, but not really for long enough that RunAway need. As they're set up back onto the cart, immortality is used. Maybe needs to use the Transcendence, make sure he stays alive. RunAway up by 2. No shield for O2, no defense. Krong self-destruct makes a bit of space, but RunAway, such a huge time bank. It's not that much of an advantage, but Pelican and O2 Blast looking to shrink that time bank even more, but RunAway are just on fire from the back of Hisu and everyone else, and that cart will sail through in a second, and it will be about a 3-minute time bank.
Yeah, so just a little better. Oh, don't leave him hanging. He's looking.
Oh, no!
He's looking. Okay, it's fine. In the end, it's fine. In the end, it's fine.
Okay.
He had to make sure his hand was actually still there. He's like, am I a ghost? Am I a ghost?
What am I? But hey, They look so happy they got that done. I mean, that was still probably terrifying for RunAway to just have O2 Blast ring in a 2 minutes and 30-something time bank. And when RunAway doing a good job of matching that, no significant advantage of having 30-something seconds, difference of maybe, what, half a fight? Now, let's see what both teams have adapted as they go into their second phase of attacks.
So, of course, given these time banks here, we will see O2 led by Kaiser attacking first. 228 is their time bank. It's a little bit shy of what RunAway was able to claim here, but given this, I mean, RunAway definitely in a pretty solid position right now. Certainly, I feel like that confidence has been restored in them. If it was lost even, I mean, certainly they might have even thought, hey, ECU's computer was having some difficulties. Maybe that was the reasoning behind some of this. But look at this, Yaki fired up. He wants to take this one.
Oh yeah, he was clapping on the Pharah back on Anubis. I still remember, and I'll probably dream about it too, but O2 Blast dreaming of a win because, again, this map is their last chance to stay alive in the series. It is first and 3. RunAway on the defense to see how well they can do. So quick ult charge there for Hisu, but still at the gates is your huge caught hook with the Hanzo Meg.
Ends on both sides this time around. No Ana's in play. Of course, that immortality field actually already down from both sides as now O2 Blast rotating in. Last time we saw the pick from Proper actually open things up for them. They don't get it this time. They have to maneuver. They have to rotate. And now the fight.
Oh, a nice wall again, blocking Krong's hook. O2 Blast trying to take as much space as they can, not really worrying about the high ground as much, trying to push RunAway back as much as possible. Now they're going to spread out. There's a dragon from RunAway. Just lost Yaki, so no wall isolation left. Protection. Proper finds one off the high ground, hooked into a wall, and that's not going to do any damage. Forehead to the wall, but O2 Blast look very comfortable on the point so far. There'd be a few more RunAway to clean up, but that was as swift as they did in the first time.
Yeah, that was such a nice rotation through that back alley by O2 Blast. I don't think RunAway was actually expecting them to fully rotate over, but given the sightline that you get from that position, you drop the amplification matrix, and you actually have a great sightline into the cafe, which is the recession point that RunAway wanted to pull back into should they receive too much pressure. So RunAway simply just had no way of getting out of that fight. O2 Blast took full advantage of that rotation.
You can see RunAway actually already have control, or sorry, O2 Blast have that control of the high ground. Oh, just hopped out of that hook. That could have been bad. But with this high ground advantage now, Proper's going to have a lot more freedom. Drops back down for the Dragon Strike. RunAway, Immortality Field, they're just fine. They got a little bit low, so they're playing very safe. O2 Blast, now without an Immortality Field in their way, they're going to throw in the Blizzard there from Pelican, but Ganamjin's ready with the Transcendence. Keeps everyone up except QOQ. RunAway caught in an awkward position. They're actually over towards the left side where O2 Blast can funnel them into that. But RunAway respond with their own Blizzard, their own Dragon Strike, much more successful. But O2 Blast down their last 20 seconds. Do they even want to reset at this point?
Well, they've got 15 seconds and they've got the fight win here. Now just trying to secure a little bit more. Mag caught out, trying to get away. Maybe could do it. Does manage to pull it off. And now they need to get the health restored on Mag, on their Orisa, to make sure that they could push out and try to stall this out. They need to get the fight win here. Otherwise, O2 Blast are going to be able to sail this thing through into this third stage.
It's so back and forth. RunAway have been taking time away. It's down to the last meters of O2 Blast. Throw the Dragon Strike towards the right side on top of the wall, or with the wall with it. RunAway had their Mei contesting, so they're not going to sneak this one by. O2 Blast ready with their Supercharger. Krong has a whole hog about to finish off the Mei. RunAway running out of bodies to keep throwing on this card. O2 Blast will drive this one to point B.
Still in overtime, though. RunAway has to win a fight to shut down O2 Blast, but O2 Blast has just been looking so solid in a lot of these setups. And remember, they can't step off the cart. Otherwise, O2 Ken will tick down, and that wick will expire. We'll see RunAway attacking with their time bank, 3:05. But O2 Blast, they've got the Blizzard here. They've got the setup. They got the whole hog to send everybody packing. Support ults coming on for both sides. And now O2 Blast utilizing this high ground.
But look, O2 Blast trying to take control with the Blizzard. Transcendence from Gangnam keeps everyone up. But now O2 Blast trying to engage with their own. They use the Transcendence to at least keep Youngblood alive, but it's almost too little too late. They were down by 2 by the time that ultimate came out, and O2 Blast overtime goes away. They will not be able to complete the map, but at a time disadvantage, they go quite far.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredibly far. And with that distance covered, I mean, RunAway, yes, they were phenomenal on their attack, but it seems like their confidence, again, they remain unshaken, it seems. O2 Blast are the ones that really kind of seem like they need to really kind of set focus back in. I mean, they feel very serious about this. RunAway still all laughs despite that push. O2 Blast looked great, in my opinion. I think at this stage, RunAway has to be left feeling a little shaken, but they're not.
Yeah, I mean, RunAway, they took so much time at the point B approach away. It was so back and forth. O2 Blast sneaking by these fights by barely any more members. And for this last fight to not go their way was surprising, even with the Blizzard, the Dragon Strike, everything. But now, I mean, that winning condition is set. Can RunAway on their attack push to that box of victory and claim the series? Or will O2 Blast hold a better defense, keep themselves alive, send us into a map 4?
Yeah, and either way, if they get that far, RunAway probably going to have to fight contested in overtime, just the same as O2 Blast. So RunAway at the moment, we'll see them contending against O2 Blast, who are once again running the Mei and the Hanzo. Proper, again, picking that Hanzo. And we have seen so many great interactions with O2 Blast's DPS, but Proper on this pick has been so strong. Despite the scoreline that we see 2-0, of course, not in their favor, Proper has been a standout, I would have to say.
There's a ton of standout players from this team at all. Mag almost got dropped early, and now just going directly into the point. Oh, he couldn't squeeze that fat body past the cracked shield. But still, great finish. No shield for the defense. Oh, Krong looking for more. But now no risks for either side. Now, RunAway trying to attack. They're actually going for more on the high ground, chasing after the supports. And it seems like every single attack we've seen, they've gotten the point within the first fight.
And look at these little skirmishes too. Somehow still favoring RunAway. They've just created these little duels off on the side that the matchups favor RunAway. And now, because of that, they could actually open this thing up.
Well, as the Aristas get back to the party, look how there's only 3 members left. These fights just really come down to the wire, and RunAway will get the point. Now they have Mag on the Hammond, so I wonder if he's gonna swap back. I would imagine he would swap back to the Orisa.
That should be the case here. And there we go. But Mei Hanzo still kind of working out here. RunAway, 143 on their clock. O2 Blast was able to secure the second stage by just getting this fight win here early. We saw RunAway able to actually just push O2 Blast last time through, and it looks like they're going to do the same here. Ant Matrix allowing them that space.
And I'm thinking the real space creator is going to be this Blizzard, or it's QOQ. I mean, he goes for the whole hog thinking he could finish the Orisa, finds himself making himself more vulnerable because of that ultimate. Now RunAway, without one, it's still okay. O2 Blast are down by more, and a Blizzard's invested from Yaki just to clean up the last 2 members of O2. But still, RunAway, because of that mistake, we're able to push through.
And O2 Blast, they'll be able to actually get out of that choke point before this cart gets into a position that RunAway would really prefer it to be in. So what we saw from RunAway and O2 Blast on their first attacks, just pushing those members out and away from the fight, not as likely to happen here. We should see O2 Blast with at least a shot at defending.
Last minute of the game for RunAway, starting that Dragon Strike towards that left side. O2 Blast just power right through it. They use the Transcendence. You hook the Transcendence, that's not what you wanted. And now the Blizzard thrown from Pelican. This is how O2 Blast trying to regain control. Taking care of QOQ, losing Proper. RunAway taking a step back, not full resetting. They don't have the time to do it. Supercharger, the damage advantage, looking for the trade. They so desperately need to push this through, and if they don't, O2 Blast will stay alive in the series. Krong still holding strong in the bar area, but Yaki's pushing him, and he's getting frozen. But thankfully, Kaiser is by his side. There's Hisu with Hisu and Proper exchanging Dragon Strikes. Overtime's gonna do it away. Someone from RunAway has to touch the wall. Almost stops it from happening. RunAway running out of steam, running out of gas. He thought it was the 3-0, but O2 Blast came knocking. And that will not be a goodbye for now, as O2 Blast will hold RunAway. And now we'll be still down 2-1 in the series.
And O2 Blast takes a sigh of relief at that point right there. I mean, RunAway, they had a couple of moments what if Hisu was there in that fight, they might have had enough damage. There were some really good shots there for OT Blast when they had those damage amps out, when the Supercharger was available, damage amp was available from Amp Matrix as well. I mean, O2 Blast, they could have fallen right then and there, but able to save the day, able to stay in there. And O2 Blast, you can see they're looking to try to keep this momentum. Coach coming in, trying to talk through everything with the team at the moment as well. RunAway still all smiles. They still feel very confident about this matchup, I would have to say. And going into a map 4, which will be coming up next, I mean, I have to imagine that RunAway with their map choice is going to, once again, pick into their favor. We're going to see a lot of those dynamics that we saw back on Nepal where, you know, once it comes to that really CQC type fight, RunAway, I think, will come out ahead.
Well, RunAway they're still trying to stay focused, Flower, and keeping the smiles on their faces. And O2 Blast, like you said, breathing a sigh of relief to stay alive here. It is 2-1. It is first to 3, and we will have a map 4 coming up for you shortly. O2 Blast stay alive in the series. 2-1 still for RunAway. As RunAway will get to pick where they want to possibly end this. It will be Escort, and we'll be finding out shortly where.
Yeah, so moving on to an Escort map. This is where RunAway, I mean, we've seen Proper and Pelican versus Hisu and Yaku the whole way through. No substitutions being made where they do have options. But I will say that so far, O2 Blast and RunAway, they've been pretty well matched, I would say, so far throughout in their DPS lineups. I think O2 Blast being able to answer on Hollywood really comes down to their tank play. Kaiser and especially Krong have really showed up in a big way, and we're also seeing a lot of adaptations being made in terms of the tempo at which they're taking fights. On Anubis, they held back quite a bit on point A, where they weren't making rotations. They were trying to go for those shield pressure plays. Now here on Hollywood, you're seeing them rotate around. You're seeing them get those opening picks, really taking their advantages when they get them.
Yeah, this feels like a whole different O2 Blast team than we saw in Anubis, kind of running the same comps but completely differently, where O2 Blast kind of twiddled their thumbs for like 3 minutes trying to win a shield war that never happened. And this was when Krong, I think, was playing a little bit more Diva, or maybe he was on Roadhog, but still, O2 Blast not only winning more of the shield war, but also taking the space. You're seeing Kaiser move forward, Krong even going on flanks, catching QOQ, and this is something we needed to see the tank line just. It's not that we're playing badly. It's just kind of step up to the level that RunAway were doing.
Yeah, and this is going to be something that we're going to need to see from them across the board, right? I mean, you're talking about matching up with some of the best tank lines in the world at the Contenders level. Well, O2 Blast, I mean, this is a team that has that. Kaiser and Krong are exceptional players. We've seen it from them time and time again. It's just this meta shift has definitely seemed to catch them a little bit off guard, but now it seems like everything is falling into place. Things are working out for them. The synergy is coming back online like we saw it initially on Nepal in a few moments when they did have control early in those stages. But O2 Blast, I'm liking what I'm seeing from them now. They have to make sure that they keep this up. They have to continue this. But overall, I think the stability and the consistency of their DPS and their support play actually as well has been there. But now that Kaiser and Krong are coming online, this is looking like a much different team.
And you bring up also the support line, which is what I wanted to highlight as well. We've been talking so much about what the DPS bring, what the tanks needed to work on, but subtly, the transcendences from both teams have been tight, like perfectly timed into the blizzards, even the immortality fields, just to make sure that first pick doesn't go through, just to buy them some crucial more seconds. They need to keep this fight winnable. The support lines from either team have been canceling out these blizzards, making it so there isn't that much space being earned from an ultimate like that.
Yeah, and on top of that, the immortality fields as well. It seems like with the blizzards, I mean, despite us seeing quite a lot of May play, it doesn't seem like there's been a ton of, huge lockdown blizzard plays. And part of that is certainly the play style that we're seeing from both of these teams. Once blizzards come available, it's very much more defensive type play styles, more passive, I guess you could say in some regard, where they're avoiding trying to put that pressure down and they're kind of just peeling for each other, even throwing down a blizzard to peel for an offensive push that comes from a blizzard. But outside of that, these support players with the immortality, with the transcendences, even when they're on Ana and just throwing out biotics, they're keeping everybody alive and making sure that everybody remains safe. And honestly, it's again that consistency that you see at this level rather, that has allowed these teams to get into this position in the first place.
And there are, I think, some interviews, some content being shown on the Korean stream, so we're still waiting for the teams to get into this fourth map to see what map we're even going to. But O2 Blast, I mean, just the fact that they came back from an 0-2 deficit, when you have a RunAway crowd standing in front of you, it's still just a mental game. I mean, RunAway living in their heads rent free, and 0-2 Blast to be able to shake it off, have their coach come in, talk to them, and really settle down whatever was going on, get their confidence back up. And that's how you saw that 2 minutes and 30 attack after almost getting full held on Anubis previously.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you what these players are capable of mentally. I mean, that mental fortitude that it takes to actually be able to get yourself back into a position where you can start turning these maps around, especially, like you said, after what happened on Anubis and how they got turned around on Nepal as well. But this has been still a pretty close matchup. I mean, a pretty close series. You look at what we got on Nepal, 0-2 Blast, they started things off fairly dominantly. It's just once they lost control of those control points, RunAway, it was too hard to get them off of that stage. So now that 0-2 Blast, they figured things out with their tank line. I expect this to actually turn back around its head. This should be a very, very competitive series, you know, all the way through, but certainly going forward.
Both teams focused, and we hear in our ears it will be Rialto, the map that RunAway will bring us to. And I mean, 0-2 Blast do not want to go down without a fight. They know that they were destined to beat Element Mystic again. It's not even just beating RunAway, you know, big famous team in Korea, you know, big titan in this Contenders region, but you want a chance to see Element Mystic again. 0-2 Blast losing both in the showdown and the previous grand final, two of them. This match means so much to them, not only to meet their rival and also to go to Gauntlet.
I remember the winner of this matchup locks it in. They don't have to play, I mean, even before they play the next match. But we'll decide all of that after this Rialto map concludes. It's Rialto going to be map 4 here for Escort. And of course, this is RunAway's map pick. And this is RunAway's map pick actually for the first time all series long. This is the first time. I mean, 0-2 Blast, they're turning things back around, but it all starts here for 0-2. I said before, you cannot let things go through on Hollywood. Otherwise, 0-2 Blast, they're more than capable of turning things back around, especially with that same composition that they ran on that last map of Hollywood. Running the Mei Hanzo, it's something that worked for them on the last series. It got them the victory. And you know Krong is looking really solid alongside Kaiser. This is a dangerous, dangerous zone here if you RunAway.
Looking at the stage, I mean, the crowd is packed, looking to see if RunAway will make it through. Will they finish it here? Or will 0-2 Blast force the game 5? Anything can happen. 0-2 Blast back in the driver's seat, it seems. And you're going into a Rialto map where that first choke of A, this is where the maze, that kind of rhymed, but it's where the maze can really thrive to seal off that area. I'm wondering who's going to be attacking first, who's going to be defending. As RunAway were the ones to pick the map, 0-2 Blast probably going to be choosing to defend first.
And again, as RunAway, I would be so cautious about the approach here on point A specifically. That those first two corners that they have to take is the danger zone, right? I mean, once things open up, I would expect RunAway to actually excel. We've seen them look very, very solid in those positions, but 0-2 holding that corner, knowing that, again, Kaiser and Krong are looking better now. If they continue that level of performance from Hollywood, then 0-2 Blast could lock that corner down for quite a long time. And without a huge time bank allocated to RunAway after a point A take, should they even get to that point, that would be a concern.
Ooh, but what could be concerning is Yaki back on the Pharah. I'm excited. I mean, this slapped on Anubis. I've said it like 3 times now, but this guy pops on the Pharah. And I mean, Pelican, even during the regular season at one point, had some Pharah play, but Yaki's been the one with the deep hero pool. We're finally seeing a bit of variety from RunAway, and this is perfect to play Pharah on the defense. How 0-2 Blast are going to deal with this is going to be tough.
And I like this too. He's matched up with Hisu on the Widow pick. So now Hisu can actually lock down that main choke point. Yaki's just going to serve damage out from super high up. I would imagine he's going to be playing behind that first corner building. And in doing so, he's not going to allow Proper to have an angle without taking a 1v1 versus Hisu first.
RunAway just getting some initial ult charge, like Hisu already hitting his shots that much farther than Proper. It's going to be maybe a slow-going fight. They're having the Mei. Maybe not much isolation you can do against an Orisa Diva when everyone else is going to be spread farther away, but still a kill that 0-2 Blast can work towards.
So Hisu at the moment just trying to establish those sightlines. Krong, oh, he's... Okay, I thought he snuck his way around, but QOQ does spot him out, so Krong is going to be forced back. O2 Blast aren't going to have that advantage available.
Maybe that's the kind of OTF plays O2 Blast need to do. You take the risk, you get the reward, and Krong's still doing it. But O2 Blast still working on this choke. Need to use Pelican's walls for isolation, and RunAway using Yaki to get past the shield. See if he can find a lucky pick onto the supports. That would be big. And Proper still looking for shots, and Yaki just suppressed him enough. He's got the Mercy by his side. Proper's like 7 HP. He's getting healing, and finally he's finished off. But meanwhile, on the battlefield of O2, they're still pushing the payload forward. He can't even believe it, neither can I.
Well, RunAway, right now they need to get back in there and contest. They should be able to get in before O2 Blast are able to capture. Yaki's going to make sure of that. Try to back them off with sheer pressure at the moment. Has the barrage available as well. Will go over the top of this building to try to allow them to get in and contest.
QQ back to Hammond exactly to keep this card alive for them. And then time for Yaki's barrage, finding one, almost more. There's Krong spraying it down, but still O2 Blast snuck through the payload and got to point A.
It was just Krong there. Has the whole hog available. No diva for RunAway as QQ was on the Hammond, so they couldn't just eat that up and make sure that Krong wasn't able to just send them off the payload, which is exactly what happened. Now, going across the bridge here. O2 Blast already in position. Proper there with the Widow. Does manage to find that pick. Yaki is down, and that's even more time for O2 Blast to just freely push this payload.
Already forcing Yaki onto the main. No, he just doesn't want to deal with Proper going up against Pelican, where O2 Blast didn't have to deal with as many swaps, so they can work towards this Blizzard. Halted up, no hook from RunAway. Supercharger at the ready, RunAway. Oh, they give the nano over to QOQ, finishes off Pelican. No Blizzard for O2. We're able to execute that on time, as Krong found a way past the shield. He's also taken out of the fight. No O2 Blast will have to slow things down now.
So RunAway at the moment, they do stop O2 Blast, and shutting down the momentum here is super important. O2 Blast, if they are able to continue there, they take it all the way through to point C, and you start seeing them try to operate through that choke with a massive time bank, so plenty of time to adapt. So RunAway getting that stop there allows Hisu to start making plays, matching up against Proper here, Widow v Widow matchup. Now though, Pelican, he's got the Blizzard available as both teams looking for those optimal sightlines. Proper trying to find the pick still in that back.
Krong just sleeping on the job. We'll see you when you wake up, but RunAway holding on to the high ground too, gives him a bit of an advantage. Now, is O2 Blast gonna want to climb up there or try and halt them from the staircase? RunAway dropping down. Again, just taking time away from O2 Blast's attack. They know the Blizzard is coming. There is the first wall. O2 Blast, I mean, their shield must be shredded, and how did Krong get that hook? Finds QOQ. No O2 Blast up by 1, waiting for their cooldowns, and they're ready to set up the Blizzard.
And they wait for those cooldowns again, just playing this so well. Proper, if he can find this pick onto the Widow, well, hey, he might not have to.
You got your best bud Krong helping you out in your Widow duels, not respecting the 1v1, but it doesn't matter in a semi-final like this. O2 Blast get to point B. Now 4 minutes to complete the map, and RunAway is still here to play. The whole hog shut down. Finds 2, but it's still too little, too late.
Yeah, pulling that out after the point is already capped. Still, though, RunAway looking to hold forward just a little bit, making sure that that payload is stalled out for just a few more seconds. I mean, time bank is everything in this game, so of course they try to go for that play, pull back, get everybody ready to go and situated. But Amp Matrix is going to be up for both sides. Nano Boost going to be available for both sides. Still, though, Proper on the Widow. Hisu, he's swapped. He's on the Hanzo. A lot more shield pressure for RunAway now.
This will be good. Also, the dragons in these narrow hallways will be good. Krong tried to be OTF again, got slept, but you got a Blizzard thrown onto the supports of O2. It's only Myeongbong that gets frozen from this. RunAway. Hisu with 1, finishing off Myeongbong, who was frozen for the moment. O2 Blast, though, still working their advantage. They still have tons of healing from the BAP available. As RunAway want to keep them at bay now, but O2 Blast using their supercharger. They do find QOQ. Now working their angles. This is Proper. This is Krong. Working at different sides to see if they can find more picks on the RunAway.
And Pelican, of course, working with Kaiser at the front line. They've got the setup here. They're pushing forward. They've made it through the choke, and they've got the pick on Mag.
And the Blizzard from O2 secures the right side. No shield from Runaway. Matt came out by himself. O2 Blast now finishing the last remaining members of Runaway. And this is the on-fire performance we were waiting from them. Hollywood, 2 minutes and 30. Rialto, 2 minutes and 19. This is the energy we were waiting to see from O2 from the start.
Yeah, there's the full send right there. Runaway, they were feeling super confident 2 maps down, but maybe not so much anymore. O2 Blast is back in this one and getting a pretty decent time bank here at that. And now with their ability to defend, Yaki, you know, we saw him from Runaway starting off on the Pharah. I liked that setup initially. You know, you're able to keep that Pharah safe. He's able to out pressure Runaway on the ground and really stay safe away from Proper. However, Runaway, you saw them making a couple of swaps. QOQ went over to the Hammond. They weren't able to answer Krong on the Hog. And a lot of these adaptations that were made by Runaway kind of wound up biting them in the butt a little bit. O2 Blast took full advantage, and that's what they've been doing. That's what has changed. They're able to take control and push with momentum and hold on to it. They really lacked that on Nepal, and they lacked that to a degree on Anubis as well.
Yeah, I like that once Runaway got a feeling that Proper was starting to win those Widow duels, he was getting a little bit too much freedom. That's when Yaki was not going to have a fun time on the Pharah. No one would have a fun time on Pharah against someone like Proper. And matching the swaps to the Mei versus Mei, and then even the Hanzo at the end, but it was more like Runaway didn't have a chance to set up. As soon as they lost that fight at the start of C, O2 Flash just came barreling in, finding Mag at the start, cleaning things up, having a Blizzard ready before Runaway could even set up. And now, on the setup of this attack, is the Mei Hanzo again, and the Zen this time for a little bit more shield break.
And I'm liking O2 Blast flank control as well. Proper working those angles. Krong sometimes not even playing with Kaiser anymore. He's that confident at this point. But Runaway now on their attack. 345 here. O2 Blast going to be trying to hold this corner down, utilize this sightline that Proper has right through main. As soon as that shield breaks down, Proper looking for the heads.
Proper has so much space and so many angles he can take, and Hisu has to try and go towards the left, maybe try and work on the shield break. A lot of different things Hisu can put his attention to. Spotting now a rotation from Runaway towards the left side. O2 Blast seeing this is maybe happening. They have still Kaiser holding the front line. Krong is OTF again against QOQ. Who's gonna win this one? Meanwhile, Runaway are up by 1.
Hisu with that pick on the Pelican. Proper under duress, so Runaway have so much breathing room at this stage. Proper can't do anything, especially now that he's dead and the pick's coming through. Hisu popping off.
He's
Look
like,
at him.
Come on, I had to. I want to make it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your whole family. But Runaway, because they take such funny rotations towards the left, O2 Blast didn't know where to put their attention to. Runaway and collapse together, pushed as a unit. This is how they're getting point A, and they will get it right there, even isolating everyone away with the Dragon, with the whole Hog. Bit of an overinvestment, but still a win's a win.
Runaway taking full control here. They know that in the same way that O2 Blast were able to control with momentum, they need to do the same thing here. Runaway holding this corner, making sure that they control this stairway or stairwell as well. That's gonna be key, but can't go down like that, Yaki.
Still a good start. This is how O2 Blast kind of slowed down this momentum from Runaway. They needed that first pick. Krong doesn't want to be there. Immortality just in case. Trace that hook. They couldn't finish off the Orisa in time. Runaway still alive and well.
Now you can see O2 Blast trying to hold down this corner. They already have the Immortality down, but he gets hooked in!
Oh, that's a great start from Runaway. No Orisa from O2 means you just have no protection. You give up all that space as much as you can, or maybe they're going to invest Pelican's Blizzard. Transcendence from Gangnam Jid. These were the supports we were highlighting before this series. Runaway, don't even get scratched from that Blizzard.
And now you're going to see, Proper. I think he went to go for his Dragon Strike, but actually got killed off, so that's not available. But there's the Biotic and the Sleep on the QOQ. Still not enough, though. Runaway, they have everything that they could possibly want for this final push into point C.
He's nodding, he's waving. You know, when you start waving at people before and after you kill them, you're pretty confident, dude. Even some on the camera. He's a happy guy. Runaway is the fire that they need to bring to O2 Blast. It's a huge time bank too. O2 Blast got to get ready for the best defense of their life.
Yeah, and this is really going to come down to their ability to hold this choke down, but already the whole Hog expended by QOQ, the Dragon Strike as well. That allows them to start pushing this payload through, get it around this corner, and push O2 Blast back.
How does that hook work? He was around a corner. 3.0. The wall still in time. Runaway working towards a blizzard, but Krong also has hard to make the space. It's a nano, but not much is happening here for O2. Runaway waiting things out.
Yeah, Yaki actually went forward for the blizzard, but got picked off again there. And they have to make sure that they're maintaining the safety of the DPS player. So, saved Hisu there that time at the very least. Well, maybe not for long, but Runaway gonna have to back off here. Gonna have 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Still, obviously, quite a bit of time, but they have to make sure that when they do expend these ultimates, they actually stay alive long enough to follow through.
And O2 Blast have 2 chokes that they can control. This is really defensively favored, and at least the fact that they could just stop one attack, stop Runaway from running away with this is really good for O2 Blast. They have spawn advantage and ult advantage. It's where O2 Blast are in the driver's seat.
Now QOQ. You can see him working this angle here, trying to get a flank because, as you said, you know, these 2 angles that O2 Blast are trying to lock down, well, there's a 3rd one available. And if QOQ can work his way around there, Hisu can actually take that first angle of approach, that right side, and they'll have 2 angles of attack plus main. So Runaway right now really trying to control this flank just the same way that we saw O2 Blast do on their attack. And if they can do that, surely they should be able to capture this.
Yeah, the Sonic arrows make it hard to go for any interesting flanks. Dragon Strikes exchange. No one coming down that hallway anytime soon. Somehow Krong, OTF as usual, finds one and even gets QOQ. So that's 2 for the defense. Runaway. Now the time bank's looking a lot more similar now.
And again, look at the adaptations being made on the fly by O2 Blast. Pelican, they actually sent him over to help Krong in the duel versus QOQ as opposed to helping out versus Hisu, and instead they actually try to just defend against Hisu, deny him sightlines, and with the Mei help in that hog v hog, QOQ just, there's no hope. You can't win that. There is no way that you can win that. You will get locked down by the freeze. And O2 Blast being able to see that and adapt, you have to love it for this matchup.
Well, it's a real chance for Runaway to win the shield war, but Pelican slows everything down with a blizzard. Again, O2 Blast, and the advantage at the start of the fights exhausts the supercharger, exhausts the transcendence from Runaway, who are just down and out. They're holding their position, but I don't know if they'll be able to take this.
They have been stuck here. They have been stuck here, but finally, at least the blizzard will be coming online. They have to make sure that they get into those positions on the flank, send that blizzard in, and start seeing if they can secure some kills, because no defensive ultimate available. Mondu can protect them, sure, with the immortality, but as soon as that dies off, 3 picks for Runaway.
There's a nano given over to Krong with the whole hog. They're blasting each other away. No, it's leaving this cart. But slowly but surely, Runaway creeping through the hallway. Supercharger there for Kaiser. Bit of a damage advantage for O2 Blast, and a dragon from Runaway to make the space. Kaiser down for O2 is not good. He's got a leftover shield. He's gonna come back quick. But if Runaway, they have a chance to win this now that there's no shield standing in your way. Pelican's Blizzard thrown onto the field secures the payload area. Runaway can't really push through it even with the Transcendence. They're isolated away from each other, and Runaway still committed to this.
Yeah, that Transcendence kept them alive here long enough, but only a minute remains. Ant Matrix to go down. They need to find these kills. Krong is low. Myeonbong falls.
This is the last minute of the game. Runaway with an advantage. Mondu, Amplification Matrix, extra healing, extra damage, but Kaiser's out. O2 Blast have nothing left. Runaway pushing it through in the last minute. They will do it. Time disadvantage, but not by much.
Oh, wow. Runaway. It seemed as though they weren't going to get it. And think about all the time that they had allocated to them as well. And somehow they find a way in. Yaki finally able to get some value out of one of those blizzards, and then some really good support play as well. Myeonbong just really kind of popping off there a couple of moments, but not enough. Runaway looks like they got another shot here against O2 Blast in that first stage of the map. Things are going to get a little dicey.
Well, even time bank to time bank, I mean, even when O2 Blast had the disadvantage on Hollywood, they still won. Now they have an advantage. It's a minute to 2 minutes and 25. Runaway going to be attacking first. And remember, this is where at least the fire was cool on the defense, but the Mei and the Hanzo, the rotations that Runaway took to confuse O2 Blast was what allowed them to get to point A.
So now we'll see if RunAway can potentially shut down proper. You actually see a change being made for their defense. And I think this is actually just such a smarter play for them to start out on the Hanzo as opposed to the Widow. RunAway, we know that they're going to be sending a hog on the flank should they run the Widow to be able to shut that down. And if the Widow isn't locking down that main choke, then it's useless. So proper knowing this, they're going to go for a full shield pressure style setup to match RunAway. Certainly, yes, they don't have the Zenyatta, but using Myeonbong, we've seen some great biotics from him. They can just weather the storm.
Yeah, a little bit more healing, less damage break than a Zen can provide. But like you said, the nanos been given mostly to Krong to make sure not only he can secure those hooks, but his whole hog's just that much more shield break to it. But now we can see these Orissa's dance for quite a while, and if you remember how Anubis went, that took a while for anything to happen. But this is where RunAway have learned from that. Both teams have learned from that. Trying some rotations towards the left, towards the right. But RunAway broken the shield from O2 for the moment.
Isu trying to find an opening. Oh, there's the biotic onto RunAway.
Oh, and the isolation from QOQ. I mean, if you go for these flanks, you've got to be careful from that on it. That is just the cancellation of QOQ, and a few seconds remain. RunAway, they're down but not out.
There's the swap, QOQ back onto the Hammond, as he typically does in these scenarios. O2 Blast still finding the picks, though. Without Hisu, you have to wonder if they even have the lethality anymore.
Can't even touch the card. There's a dragon forcibly pushing you this off, and RunAway. They have some few ultimates, just really not much to work off of except the Amp Matrix. But RunAway still keeping this overtime clock alive. Krong with the hook of a lifetime finds Yaki. Now you have no isolation at RunAway, no winning condition they could work off of that. Now just gotta depend on working through the shield break. QOQ, what kind of dives can he do? Can he find a support in time? O2 have the ultimates. There is a whole hog barreling through O2, or barreling through RunAway's attack, pushing them off the cart, and RunAway barely getting an inch.
Well, they do get it to that opening corner, and that's a spot known for a lot of lockdown, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of teams get stalled there for a long period of time. But O2 Blast, they've got quite a bit of just that. 2 minutes and around 25 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, to just send it right on through. RunAway are going to have to come up with a decent strategy to actually be able to stall a little bit earlier, pull away like a good 30 seconds to a minute before starting to try to stall that last corner where they got stuck on. You can see the cart right there. It's going to be tough to actually hold it.
One fight that will decide if O2 Blast brings us to a Game 5. A Game 5 that they started off with an 0-2 deficit. One fight to push those few meters. And RunAway, the defense of a lifetime, if they pull it off, well deserving to go to the grand final. But it's looking very scary if you're a RunAway fan.
They're not down and out just yet. RunAway looks like they're going to be pulling out yet again the Hanzo as opposed to the Widowmaker, but O2 Blast on their attack. It seems though that proper, at least for the time being, is on the Widow. He could certainly swap if they want to find that extra little bit of shield pressure, especially given the fact that RunAway is going to heavily outmatch them in that regard, especially with that Zen in play as well. But we'll have to see. I mean, O2 Blast really going to have to rely on their rotations. Myeonbong actually seeing this, they swap up. There it is. Going shield pressure versus shield pressure, the full straight ahead mirror for O2 Blast against RunAway here.
You can't give them any space. RunAway have to play perfectly from here on out. There's the first wall, there's a first hook, and a first pick for QOQ from RunAway. O2 Blast have some time so they can wipe the sweat off their brow for a second.
Definitely gonna need a towel with the amount of sweat that I have right now for this one, but RunAway. I did it just for that reaction. But RunAway here, they're just allowing O2 Blast to utilize this time. Fine, it's okay. Take all that away. Walls come down, but with both of those combos out, RunAway are again stalling this here. A minute and a half remains, and that's it.
I mean, both Mays are using walls, and oh, QOQ is using this hook to perfection. These picks is what RunAway need every single time to shut this down. Take as much time as you can. Now, minute 15 and less for O2 Blast. And not much ultimates are being earned because you've been shooting a shield this whole time.
And Matrix going to be need to it's really going to need to be coming down here for LEGDAY. RunAway going to have to rely on that to build up into some of their other ultimates, especially QOQ. They're going to need that whole hog to actually send O2 back and create some space for their team. There's still so much time. 50 seconds might not seem like a lot, but it's very much it.
O2 Blast have now taken the high ground. See if they can get a hook from Krong. See if they can just get RunAway to take a step back so O2 can get through this. Now back onto the low ground. An early wall from Pelican though, and a hook exchange. QQ saved maybe by an immortality. Transcendence used from O2, but still not enough to save Kaiser. The Dragon Strike, a few more meters. As O2 still can't push. The last 20 seconds are left.
Oh, they used both of their support ults. They used the Dragon Strike. All they have is the Blizzard, and soon enough, RunAway will have the Transcendence. You can see OT Blast. They're setting up a flank on the side. Krong is trying to get into position as well. This is their only hope. Get flanks, try to find picks.
And where is this Blizzard? It's right on the cart where he needs to be, and Mag is chilling. He's unharmed. QQ gets this whole hog canceled, and his life canceled. Krong coming out ahead. An advantage for O2 Blast. Are you kidding me? And a whole hog to break through the hopes and dreams of RunAway to hold this defense. Yaki's Blizzard was not enough, but O2 Blast working as a team, setting up the rotations, lining them up, and breaking RunAway down and sending themselves into a Game 5.
Those flanks were everything at the end. RunAway had no idea what was going to hit them, and Hisu came through, and tried to set the pick onto his opponent, but Proper caught him off guard. O2 Blast with the flanks, able to secure it. They were down and out. All they had was a Blizzard. That was it.
Both Roadhogs neck and neck. Who was gonna die? QQ losing that to Krong. Yet the Blizzard on the card for the offense. Mag just tried to trust in his teammates wherever they are, trying to deal with the flank. It came down to the wire for O2 Blast to get the few meters they need and to put themselves into position for a possible reverse sweep. Following the script from last season's semi, I can't believe it. The players can't believe it. O2 Blast are smiling. RunAway fans probably not. But we'll go to a Game 5 after this short break. It's Game 5, baby, between O2 Blast and RunAway. And what a comeback we've seen from O2 Blast. It was all a story of RunAway from the start with 2 maps in a row. And O2 Blast clapping back on Hollywood and on Rialto.
Yeah, and this was probably one of the most deepest contested map types that we've seen all series long, right? We saw how back in Nepal it went back and forth. O2 Blast, they nested themselves well on Sanctum, but it was all about early control. O2 Blast were able to get out in front. Symmetra portals abound, different types of setups to make sure that they got the advantage positionally. RunAway are going to be expecting that this time around, though. And again, O2 Blast struggled once they lost control of the point. So, hey, RunAway, you might be a potential victim to a reverse. You won control before. Just do it again.
Wasn't a round 3. And just to talk historically about both these teams, O2 Blast not only beat them in the semis last season to put themselves in the showdown, to send RunAway packing before the grand finals where everyone expected them to be, and even in the regular season in week 5, this is where O2 Blast and RunAway faced each other, and O2 Blast still beat RunAway 3-1 this time. So for them to come back here, this is even RunAway still have a chance to get their real revenge and to go into the grand finals where everyone thinks this is where they belong.
So remember, there's so much riding on this right now. And we've seen so many great plays happening from either side, but really it has been Krong stepping up in such a big way. You see it on the screen here. This man has just been so exceptional for O2, especially since map 3. We saw them, maybe faltering a little bit, having some hiccups, especially with the rotations, especially, on Anubis in particular. But ever since then, Krong has been insane through the last 2 maps.
And we were just talking during the break about really what was the winning thing for O2 Blast. Was it Proper's pick or O2 Blast their flank? There were so many things. Really, Krong winning that duel against QOQ there at the end. It was nuts. That last fight came down, like you can see on your flashback, to the last 30 seconds when O2 Blast had a bit more of an advantage than that. Going into Ilios, though, This Runaway won the first control. Now, can they do it again?
Map 5, O2 Blast has had to fight through so much to even get to this point. And you have to wonder, you know, this has been a long series. We also had that little pause that happened as well. You know, with everything all said and done, this has gone on for quite some time, and this is the last series of the day. So at this point, it's really going to come down to, with both teams playing at this level, who's got it still in the tank, who has more available, who's able to rally the team and start actually just getting things done. I mean, O2 Blast and Runaway, these teams have been back and forth, but this has dragged on for quite some time at this stage. Middle Fortitude could be everything here on Ilios.
And what a first map to bring us to, well, of all things, this is even where the Roadhogs are going to thrive even more. We'll see what kind of compositions we'll see. I mean, Mei Hanzo has been the name of the game. O2 Blast adapting. We thought it was Runaway adapting better in the first 2 maps, and O2 Blast staying composed and in a position to possibly reverse sweep Runaway would just be historical and insane to even think about.
And what a way to get things started here as well. What we could have right out of the gates is virtually a mirror matchup here, but we'll have to see how both teams want to line this up. I mean, Proper has been insane on the Widowmaker, but he's been matched by QOQ a couple of times here as well, with those wide flanks going over to his side, shutting down his angle. But here it is. We do see swap-ups happening now, both Mercies in play. Pharah, Widow on both sides, but a Diva from Klong as opposed to the QOQ Hog that's coming out for Runaway.
So maybe QOQ, you have to be worried about these environmental kills, but I'm wondering which Widow is going to be more oppressive. Is it going to be Proper or Hisu? Because the Widow that lives will have more freedom to take care of the other opposing Pharah. As a quick sleep there from QOQ, everything is fine. QOQ likes to go for these flanks sometimes. Oh, Hisu with the headshot on the Pelican! It could be Rezible, but Hisu wants to take the position, make sure he denies that. Mondu doesn't seem like he's risking it for the moment.
Oh, you gotta love that flank. Oh, but they're pressing into him. Proper not able to find the kill. Hisu can back off freely now, but O2 Blast, both of these teams are firmly planted in their corners. Now it's about finding something. Hisu gets it done.
Finding one is all you need. Yaki with the second. No damage and no mercy. O2 Blast will drop that first cap to Runaway eventually in a few seconds. And we saw how dangerous Runaway was in map 1 when you gave him control. Defensively, so much stronger.
And look at the angles that Runaway were able to take where they could, like, you know, pretty much just come out ahead of their opposition, right? I mean, you can see it in the ult charge here. Runaway, they've got the Infrasight available at the moment. This is going to be a huge boon in their favor to be able to take this duel against Proper, make sure that Proper actually plays farther back, and that's going to allow free space for Yaki to do what he needs to do, because Proper isn't going to be able to take those aggressive angles like he'd like to.
Oh, how do you even know? Oh, he had vision up. I didn't even see a Pelican. Surely didn't see it coming. He thought he was being sneaky up there. The res does come through. Mondu feeling safe enough to do that. And now it's up to Proper to see what kind of angle he can find to take down Hisu. He is a danger and he is a threat. And Yaki doing the same with a barrage left middle. It should be a trade. And with that, it should be a chance for O2 Blast. And on the back of Trong, these were the self-destructs we were waiting to see.
Still 47% for Runaway, and they're hanging in there at the moment. QQ looking to try to sustain here. They're just going to try to stall this out, and that's a pick onto Krong. Runaway might actually be able to just hold this.
How? I mean, O2 Blast had such an advantage, and even Hisu 76 takes care of Pelican, but Runaway, big advantage at the moment. Players focus. The last map, few rounds to go. O2 Blast are swapping.
This is the full dive. They've also got Kaiser on the Hammond to put pressure onto Hisu and maybe even slam down onto Ana, but you have to be careful here. Even the Ana could sleep dart Kaiser, take him out of the fight, and that's a 6v5 advantage if Kaiser isn't careful about those timings.
Hisu's worried about where this dive's gonna come from, keeping himself hidden, looking for the pick onto the Genji, and now he's getting dove and he's trying to get back towards his team. But Yaki will still dominate the skies. Not as much of an answer for Yaki. Runaway have the Valkyrie up. They have the resource advantage. O2 Blast, it's their last chance this round. And Yaki, you gave him nano. You gave him more power than he already had. And he's pushing O2 Blast back. No Sombra. Pelican is hurt. Mondu also playing safe. take Runaway in firm control in the driver's seat this round. Oh!
Well, at least they do find Hisu. I mean, this guy has been popping off, but now you will see the investment. O2 Blast trying to stay in there, as we do see, oh, Myunbong, he throws the Nano Boost out and gets taken apart.
100-0. Runaway shaking hands, excited. This guy's drank 20 water bottles, and that 30-minute break was probably to go to the bathroom because Runaway are just fired up. The tech issue did not slow them down, and they know they maybe let their foot off the pedal against O2 Blast in the last 2 maps, but 100-0, that's them putting their foot back down.
Yeah, slamming it into the floorboard, putting a cement block there just to make sure that it never lets up. And Runaway, you have to wonder actually what happened there. O2 Blast, they made some interesting swaps, I would say, where you do invest the Genji and the Sombra. If you're not able to get a lockdown onto QOQ or dive deep and get the Ana pick initially, then that comp is it's going to struggle to work out for you. But here's the swap. O2 Blast pulling out the May Reaper. Setup, Runaway still really going to rely on Yaki and Hisu with this DPS matchup of the Pharah and the Widow respectively.
And you can't let, if you're Runaway, you can't let O2 Blast set up on the point, and now it's too late. You have Krong with the D.Va and the Moira. This is a safe, supposed to be a safe comp. You're supposed to be unbeatable. How did Kaiser get hooked out of position like that? Now Runaway finding picks, but O2 Blast still up. They're down a main tank, but not out. Taking care of Gangnam Jin and now LeGdaY. No supports for Runaway. So even though Hisu is on a sniper's nest, there is no healing for Runaway to keep this fight going. So O2 Blast will still take it.
Runaway, they're going to play these really long sight lines with Hisu and Yaki just pressuring in on O2 Blast. I mean, Kaiser, he's on the Hammond right now, so he can't protect his team to the same degree that you would be able to see an Orisa pull off. So O2 Blast have to be very aggressive behind this Hammond player. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck in and taking way too much chip damage, particularly from Yaki here.
And if you're O2 Blast, you play towards the point. You have Blizzard force Runaway to come to you. Don't let Yaki get the freedom he has. And Youngmong with the Coalescence wants to make sure he gets his teammates nice and healed up, as the Blizzard is just used to secure the high ground. But who can save them from Yaki? Well, throwing your mech in his face, that kind of helps. Runaway, though, did at least find 2, but they've also lost a bunch. Not the full set Runaway like to go in to take these fights.
And with Kaiser on this Hammond, you actually see the swap proper going back over to the Doomfist. Something that we actually saw in Anubis, where Pelican, we remember he was going on the Genji, but instantly deleted on this one.
It's not low. Hisu taking a swim. We're actually hitting the pavement, which is also not great. Hisu's like, that's going on Reddit. O2 Blast. Now, they're getting hit by a whole hog. Nano given to Mag to make sure he survives. Valkyrie invested. Runaway used a lot. They secure themselves the point, and this is at a critical point. O2 Blast were up like they're up 73+%.
But Runaway getting control now, and O2 Blast gonna be sent off this point. Finally at 80%, Runaway do flip it. You have to wonder, it's O2 Blast. Are they gonna switch Kaiser back over? Are they gonna keep him? Okay, there it is, the swap. Back onto the Orisa here. And again, O2 Blast wanting to play this composition that allowed them to get control of the point early. But remember, they can't just slide into the point for free this time around and gain control. They have to work their way slowly into it and take all of that chip damage in the process. Luckily, though, they do have the Coalescence. They can pressure Yaki and LeGdaY.
Oh, self-destruct to bring Yaki back down. Can they even finish off the kill? But he surprises them with a barrage. Proper. Thought he had the advantage close range. And now your main damage dealer of O2 Blast is gone. Your support ultimate's missing. This was the push they were looking for, and Runaway can just breathe a sigh of relief because they have quite a gap to close between them and O2.
Yeah, 40% here. And you can see Proper just trying to create an opening. He'll probably slide back over to the Reaper, but was just looking for one of those instant picks that gives them the advantage, or at least forces the Resurrect out from LeGdaY. But now Runaway, you can see with this vantage point, Yaki, he's going to be virtually uncontested.
He's so deep into their spawn, at least he's able to get back, but O2 Blast with this comp, what they want to do is get onto the point and survive. The Maywall kind of misses, but now the Blizzard is where they're going to secure the point. They actually get the flip in front of the eyes of Runaway, who are still trying to lay in rockets from either angles. The Maywall to protect O2 Blast for the moment. If they can get Coalescence up, they'll even have a resource advantage. Runaway having QQ come back as that Hammond. They're still trying to commit because O2 Blast at 97+%. They have the members alive. They have a Reaper on the point, close enough to send us into a round 3 in a game 5 against RunAway.
And why wouldn't we go the full distance, right? Why wouldn't we go the whole way through map 3, or rather round 3 here of map 5, O2 Blast, able to turn things back around. Kaiser actually coming out with some heroics on the Hammond to allow them to get that 80% deep scoreline right out of the gates. And that May Reaper working out in their favor and just basically trying to ignore Yaki. They didn't have anything to work against that Pharah at all, so they just try to mitigate what he could do. The May wall coming out to take away his sightline. You also see Krong investing his defense matrix, and then finally when they build the coalescence, that's when they can take Yaki down.
They played the ignore Yaki rule for long enough in O2 Blast. Again with the May Reaper, you don't have as much protection on this point as you did back on Lighthouse. But still, lots of sustain with the D.Va and with the Moira is what O2 Blast are going with, using that coalescence to guide their attack into RunAway.
If you're a RunAway fan, you like these long sight lines here that this map has to offer, but still the brawl on the point is going to be a concern. They take down Kaiser though.
How are these main? Kaiser got picked again last round too. It's insane that main tanks are the first to fall. And as soon as you don't have a shield, the rest of your team are going to suffer. There's only so much Krong can do. And Yaki is in your backline with rockets. The guy is dangerous, and RunAway will get to play on the defense now.
And we'll have to see about O2's ability to retake. They accomplished that goal in the last round. Have to do it here as well. But RunAway with this first capture and also having this Widow in play, that can really be a big favor to their side. I mean, having Hisu ready to go and find these picks with these very, very long sight lines, really solid off angles as well to play with. QOQ playing from the other side. RunAway can find picks pretty easily.
And O2 Blast is, or maybe with the coalescence, this is how they can pressure Yaki down, doing just that. The barrage comes down, and not only was Proper ready, but Krong also had his Matrix, sacrifices that. So RunAway, still only down their Pharah. They have Vision, they have Valkyrie and Nano. A lot of sustain, a lot of power to their front line of RunAway, and Hisu with 2. O2 Blast missing. Hisu with 3. QQ with the rest. RunAway, never give up.
Stop this man, stop him! You have to stop him here. O2 Blast, they actually send Proper onto the Widow for that straight matchup. Widow v Widow, that's really their only hope. The Reaper simply isn't getting the job done in the brawl. They have to be able to shut down this Widowmaker. Hisu is just popping off at the moment. 60% advantage though in the scoreline. RunAway, they're ahead.
Okay, that's not great, but Rezible, hashtag Rezible, LEGDAY going forward, able to do so, back to 6v6, RunAway damage advantage with the supercharger, but Proper finds LEGDAY gone. That is not good. QQ frontline destroyed from RunAway. O2 Blast with the Lucio, the Ana, they power through, they ignore the threats from RunAway, they get the cap back, and this is how you can finally breathe. You were underwater this whole time.
Well, Yaki's gonna make a swap here. They're gonna go to that double sniper setup. Probably try to play this slow, really put that pressure down onto Proper, looking from multiple angles to try to make sure that they shut Proper down, create an opening for Hisu, to where he doesn't necessarily need to take that angle all by himself. And that might be just enough to deal with Proper.
Oh, self-destruct surprise from Krong. Immortality in time, RunAway. Taking their time though, hit by a biotic. And O2 Blast have to play perfectly, and you can't have that happen. Kaiser, Krong tried to Matrix that, couldn't save him. Kaiser's been hit with these hooks time and time again. These can't happen. You gotta have Pelican with these walls ready. And now they're gonna try and live as much as they can so Kaiser can come back, and he will do so fastly as the Hammond.
RunAway pushing forward. They've now gotten onto the point. There's a hook. Mondu's down.
Oh, it's a good start from RunAway. They have the snipers in place. They have control of the area. 75% RunAway. Don't have to fight for much longer to deny the reverse sweep from O2 Blast.
So now RunAway back in control. This double sniper is going to get even more difficult to deal with as they can play from different angles. The infrasight's going to be available as well for Hisu. Proper going to be under duress. O2 Blast need to get forward quickly. They have the Blizzard available very soon as well, but look at what RunAway has to offer. So many options.
You can't get picked from the snipers. Now you have a whole hop pushing you back. There's 98-99. O2 Blast were there to touch the Blizzard. Barely scratches Runaway, who've taken care of some of the supports. Proper loses the Widow duel. Runaway are standing tall. Yaki with 3. Are you kidding me? Runaway are not joking around. O2 Blast, MIA, and Runaway will deny the history, beat their rival, and get revenge. Runaway will go to the grand finals against Element Mystic.
O2 Blast, who? We don't even care anymore. We're going to the grand finals. Look at this excitement here. Runaway going back to the grand finals. Look at Flower.
Oh, she cries, I'm crying. Oh, no.
They absolutely deserve this win. They played lights out. There was a couple of small errors that happened on maps 3 and 4 that allowed O2 Blast to stay in this one. But hey, Runaway, you have secured it. Not only are you in finals, but guess what? You didn't go to Showdown, but you're going to Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, on top of grand finals, you got Gauntlet, but if you're an O2 Blast fan, which most of the chat was pink, so maybe not. Maybe there's some O2 Blast standing out there. There will be a 3rd place match for O2 Blast and the other team to figure out who's going to be the final and 3rd team going to Gauntlet alongside Element Mystic and Runaway. I mean, Runaway, so excited, Flowervin crying, and you were probably sweating. They're glistening. Of course, it's probably a warm arena, but also glistening the fact that you almost got reverse sweep from O2 Blast. This almost happened again. Not the reverse sweep, but you almost lost to O2 Blast again.
Yeah, if you lose control in that last round for, even just one more fight, that was it. O2 Blast would have stolen that one away. They would have gone to finals, and you would have had to battle against Gen G for that last spot in Gauntlet. But this time around, they will not be stopped. They will not be turned away. Runaway. I mean, making it to Gauntlet was their goal. After they got shut out by O2 Blast last season, their sights were set on making it to Gauntlet. They didn't secure a slot for Korea, but hey, O2 Blast got the job done. And I'm sure Runaway right now is saying, thank you very much. We'll take it.
Thank you very much. And that Runaway, I mean, want to also meet O2 Blast there. Hey, let's make it a 2-peat. So your 3rd place match will be between O2 Blast and Gen G. Your grand finals, Runaway versus Element Mystic. So maybe Element Mystic, sad they won't get to beat O2 Blast again, but maybe Runaway will get the revenge for them.
Yeah, I mean, Runaway making it through. This is I mean, going to be an insane couple of matchups still. I mean, that 3rd place matchup is going to be insane as well, but look at the respect here. Certainly deserving from both sides, not just the handshakes, but the hugs as well. I mean, proper played lights out all the way through. Incredibly consistent despite the scoreline, despite losing out, despite some of those first maps really not going their way at all. I think certainly Krong, Proper, those 2 players specifically have a lot to be proud of moving on into a 3rd place matchup that I think that they should feel very confident in given their performance here today.
And if you're new to the stream, you missed so much today. Today's results concluded